tired of being randomly asked to prove your identity when you shop?
I am.
Yeah.
The credit card is ready, right? Then they make you go back into your bag, root around, pull out a expired Chili's gift certificate,
Yeah.
a pacifier that's covered with dirt, fluff from the bottom, just to get your driver's license.
Yeah, well, do you know what Conor Knighton says? You don't have to. You don't have to do that. Conor, what's the deal?
When swiping a credit card, most of us are occasionally asked to show ID. It's pretty inconsistent. For example, I've never had to do it at an expensive restaurant. I've occasionally had to do it for a $6 smoothie, but I've gotten used to merchants asking to see my license. Well, they have license to ask, but you don't have to show it. If a business wants to accept a Visa card, they have to accept Visa's guidelines for merchants. And those guidelines specifically state that merchants cannot make an ID a condition of acceptance. Visa's rules don't prohibit stores from asking for ID, but they can't require it. As a matter of fact, Visa encourages stores not to do it at all. Quote, Visa believes merchants should not ask for ID as part of their regular card acceptance procedures. MasterCard has a similar rule. Quote, a merchant must not refuse to complete a transaction solely because a cardholder refuses to provide additional identification information. Of course, this doesn't apply to transactions like alcohol or cigarettes. You still have to prove your age for those. But if you're asked for ID when you buy an HDMI cable, well, you don't have to show it. And you'll probably confuse the heck out of the cashier. Most cashiers have been told by their managers, ask for ID. If you say no, you're gonna seem like a criminal, but you still have every right to decline. You can report any merchants who violate this rule. If a merchant wants to continue to accept major credit cards, it's gonna have to adjust its procedures. Of course, stores are asking for ID to protect themselves from fraudulent charges, and to potentially protect you. Lots of folks get peace of mind from that double check. As a matter of fact, some people try and force the issue, writing CID on the signature panel. Technically, that makes the card invalid. Visa specifically addresses this. Quote, an unsigned card is considered invalid and should not be accepted. Now they realize some consumers write CID, but they don't encourage it and emphasize it's not really a deterrent. Now, I'm not suggesting you go and make a ton of trouble at the checkout line. Lower instances of fraud overall means lower prices for all of us, and that's a good thing. But it's also good to know your rights as a consumer, especially if you're ever out shopping without your ID. It's not always convenient to carry an ID, although it is probably more convenient than carrying around a printout of Visa's merchant terms.